Ever wondered if the woman you're dating is toxic or not? It's a question that can make or break your peace of mind, and that's why we're here to help you navigate these tricky waters. In the next few minutes, we're going to tackle the topic of toxic behaviors in a relationship, specifically focusing on the 7 signs that might indicate a woman is toxic. From gaslighting to financial control, these signs could be a wake-up call. So, grab a cup of coffee and get comfortable. Stay tuned as we delve into the 7 ways to tell a woman is toxic in a relationship. First up, we have gaslighting. Now, if you're wondering what gaslighting is, it's a form of psychological manipulation that sows seeds of doubt in a person's mind, making them question their own memory, perception, or sanity. Picture this. You're having a conversation with your partner about something you vividly remember happening, but she insists it never did, or perhaps she twists the story so much that you start doubting your own recollection of the event. That, my friends, is gaslighting. A toxic woman might employ this tactic to gain more control or to avoid taking responsibility for her actions. She might say things like, "You're overreacting," or "You're imagining things," effectively making you question your own feelings and instincts. Gaslighting can be incredibly detrimental. It chips away at your confidence and self-worth, leaving you feeling confused and insecure. It's a slow process, and often, you don't even realize it's happening until you're deep into it. So, if you feel like you're constantly second-guessing yourself, it might be a sign of gaslighting. Next, we have humiliation. Humiliation in a relationship isn't always as obvious as we might think. It's not just about public embarrassment or blatant insults. It can be subtle, like constant mockery, even under the guise of just joking. It's when someone makes you the butt of every joke, or when they belittle your achievements and dreams. Imagine you've just landed a promotion at work. You're thrilled, and can't wait to share the news. But instead of celebrating with you, your partner says, "Did they run out of good candidates?" It's a small jab, but it stings. And over time, these little humiliations can chip away at your self-esteem. Why is this harmful? Because love is about respect. It's about making each other feel valued and cherished. When someone consistently humiliates you, they're showing a lack of respect. They're undermining your self-worth and making you feel less than you are. This is not what healthy love looks like. Healthy love uplifts, it doesn't demean, it builds, it doesn't break, it empowers, it doesn't belittle. Remember, a loving partner should lift you up, not bring you down. Third on our list is isolation. Now, what does isolation in a relationship look like? Well, it's when your partner deliberately keeps you away from your friends, family, or any supportive network you might have. It's like being on an island, cut off from the world you once knew. Your partner might make excuses, make you feel guilty for wanting to spend time with others, or even belittle your loved ones. This is harmful for several reasons. You see, we as humans are social creatures. We need a variety of relationships and social interactions for our mental and emotional health. Being isolated can lead to feelings of loneliness, depression, and even a loss of identity. It's a way of controlling and manipulating you, making you more dependent on your partner, and less able to see the toxicity of the relationship. So if you find that your social circle is shrinking, if you're spending less and less time with people who matter to you because of your partner's actions or demands, then it's time to pause and reflect. If you're feeling isolated, it's time to take a closer look at your relationship. Moving on, we have stonewalling. This is when someone refuses to communicate or engage in conversation. Picture this. You're trying to discuss something important, but she shuts down, walks away, or simply ignores you. That's stonewalling, and it's a classic sign of a toxic relationship. Stonewalling isn't about needing space or time to think, it's about using silence as a weapon, a way to control and manipulate the situation. So why is stonewalling so harmful? Well, it's like hitting a brick wall in your communication. You're left feeling frustrated, unheard, and often quite powerless. It can lead to feelings of loneliness, even when you're in the same room, and that's not what a relationship should feel like. Furthermore, stonewalling prevents problem solving. If you can't talk about the issues, how can you possibly resolve them? It's a tactic that breeds resentment and drives a wedge between partners, effectively blocking the path to resolution and growth. Stonewalling can hinder communication, which is the backbone of any healthy relationship. Fifth, we're talking about threats. Now, threats in a relationship can take many forms. It might be the subtle suggestion that she'll leave if you don't behave a certain way, or an outright declaration of harm. It could be a threat to your emotional well-being, your reputation, or even your physical safety. These threats are manipulative tactics designed to keep you under control and in constant fear. Let's consider some examples. She might threaten to spread damaging rumors about you if you don't comply with her demands. Or perhaps she threatens self-harm if you even think about ending the relationship. These are all severe red flags. Threats create an environment of fear and anxiety, which is detrimental to your mental and emotional health. They erode the trust and respect that underpin a healthy relationship, leaving you feeling trapped and powerless. It's important to remember that everyone has the right to feel safe and respected in their relationships. Threats in any form are unacceptable. If you find yourself in a situation where threats are being used to control or manipulate you, it's crucial to seek help. Reach out to trusted friends or family, or seek professional guidance. Threats are a clear sign of toxicity and should never be taken lightly. Next up, we have blame shifting. Now, what exactly does this mean? Picture this: you're in a disagreement with your partner and suddenly she's turning the tables, making it seem like everything is your fault. Sounds familiar? That's blame shifting for you. Blame shifting is a tactic used to divert attention and responsibility away from one's own actions by blaming others. In this case, a toxic woman might use this strategy to avoid taking responsibility for her own actions, instead placing the blame squarely on your shoulders. For instance, she might have a habit of coming home late without any explanation, and when you express your concern, she accuses you of being controlling or overly suspicious. Or perhaps she's constantly spending beyond her means, and when you bring it up, you're suddenly the bad guy for not understanding her needs. This behavior can be incredibly harmful, as it can lead to feelings of guilt, self-doubt, and even lower self-esteem. It's a way of manipulating the narrative, turning the victim into the perpetrator. So, if you find yourself always apologizing, even when you know you're not at fault, or if you're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to bring up any issues for fear of being blamed, then it's time to take a step back and evaluate. If you're always at fault, it might be a sign of blame shifting. Finally, we have financial control. This is when one person in a relationship takes complete control over the other's financial resources. It could be as subtle as insisting on handling all the bills, or as blatant as not allowing their partner to have their own bank account. This behavior restricts their partner's independence, leaving them vulnerable and dependent. It's a powerful tool in the toxic relationship toolbox because it directly impacts the ability to make independent decisions. Remember, financial control is a form of abuse and should not be tolerated. So there you have it. 7 ways to tell a woman is toxic in a relationship. From gaslighting and humiliation to isolation, stonewalling, threats, blame shifting, and financial control, these are the signs that should not be ignored. Recognizing these behaviors is the first step towards healthier relationships. Remember, you're worthy of respect and a loving, supportive partner. Don't hesitate to seek help if you're experiencing any of these signs. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.